We want to explain what it really means to sell your soul to the devil spiritually because the strategy has evolved. It's more accessible now. It thrives on ignorance, and you might have already sold yours without even realizing it. Back in the day, selling your soul was a whole ritualized initiation. Exclusive, bloody, gate-kept. You had to be invited in, tapped on the shoulder by someone already bound to the system. They'd give you the contract, tell you the rules, explain the perks and the penalties. You'd get access to power, fame, and elite rooms. But in exchange, you had to sacrifice something living. Because in that system, blood is currency. And the more innocent the offering, the more powerful the energetic transaction. That's why family members die. That's why you hear about the cousin, the child, the spouse, because to them, love equals leverage. The deeper the bond, the greater the cost. Pain, confusion, betrayal, and emotional shock all carry a charge that open doors most would never dare to touch. And in some cases, it's not always about death, but about what's taken: innocence, sanity, potential. A sacrifice doesn't always have to stop a heartbeat to sever a soul. And if you've ever tried to leave, you'd get monitored, handled, gaslit, publicly broken down, or replaced by a walk-in. The moment a soul can't handle the cost of the contract, whether from guilt, exhaustion, or full spiritual collapse, they check out. But the vessel remains, and something else steps in. Different soul, same skin, still performing the mission. This system, it's still alive today, but most people will never get close to it. Why? Because these blood-bound contracts are reserved for a select few. The ones born into legacy bloodlines, or those carrying rare, spiritual DNA with massive energetic influence. The system runs diagnostics. It checks your voice, your reach, your potential to captivate millions, your likelihood of shaping culture on a global scale. If you don't carry that weight, they won't waste the ritual. Instead, you're funneled into the new model. A digital path of soul erosion that looks far less dangerous, but works even faster. Once upon a time, selling your soul required a ritual, blood, secrecy, a handler, an invite-only deal whispered in elite rooms. But now, it's done with a post, a reel, a lie you agree to repeat for reach. The new system isn't slower or safer. It's just more seductive and scalable. How the new system works: billions are online, so the mimic system doesn't need a handler anymore. The algorithm is the handler. You're not offered a room, you're offered a trend. You don't need a blood oath. You just need to consistently choose validation over vibration. And the moment you suppress your soul in exchange for visibility, aesthetic performance, virality without integrity, you've made the trade. You won't feel it at first, but energetically, something else takes the will. Who's most vulnerable? Influencers chasing numbers, creatives building brands, healers adjusting their truth for approval, singers, dancers, coaches, comedians, everyday people chasing relevance. Anyone who starts compromising soul for strategy is on the altar now. Who are your handlers now? It's not the cigar-smoking exec behind a desk anymore. Your handler might be a brand partnership manager, a well-meaning agent, a comment section, a viral trend, a guru coaching you to go viral at any cost. They won't tell you you're selling your soul. They'll just applaud your growth and ignore your erosion. What are the consequences? You start to feel out of alignment, spiritually numb, constantly anxious to stay relevant, like you're always being watched, like something is using your body to build its empire. You might succeed, but feel more lost than ever. And if you ever try to turn back, that's when the grip tightens. Your numbers drop, your visibility fades, your opportunities dry up, and the entity that benefited from your rise panics. Because the moment you unplug, their access ends. How to know if you've already made a deal. You feel uneasy about your content, but post anyway. You used to create from joy. Now it's just strategy. You hear a whisper that says, "Don't say that, you'll lose followers." You feel watched or spiritually drained after you go viral. You've had dreams, visions, or sudden downloads about being controlled. This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. Now you know, you don't have to be rich or famous to be recruited. Every algorithm is a recruiter now. It's no longer about spilling blood. It's about slowly silencing your truth until there's nothing left to offer but your shell.